It works. Alright. I decided to build a guitar for myself, because I often feel cramped on the fretboard, and I wanted a guitar with a wider neck. I opted for cheap lumber for my first build, and the 2x4s kind of lend themselves for a neck to body construction, so I figured why not, let's go for it. For the Telecaster build, I ordered Fender parts for hardware, and I also wanted to try a couple of other things, like skipping the truss rod and maybe just using a single pickup in the middle position, just to make people upset. One thing I didn't like about this tailpiece is the sharp edges where the string feed through, so I chamfered them to eliminate later inconveniences. At this point, the body felt very heavy and I was concerned, so I added some chambers for weight relief, which turned out wasn't necessary because eventually the guitar turned out to be very light. I left the neck shaping for after the fretwork. It will have an angled headstock like Gibson's, but inline tuners like Fender's. The straight edge jig for the fretboard was necessary to keep the radius center lined, and it worked out pretty good. I was struggling a little bit with the frets, but in the end I just used a carpenter clamp with soft jaws to press them in, pretty much like a fret press would. I didn't have it this time. Working around the end of the neck in the fretboard was probably the most difficult part, as it's one piece with the body, so I couldn't do it separately. Moving on to the rough cut of the body, and by rough cut I mean the final cut. Most of this project was done in a hurry and without specific plans, so I just kind of went along. For convenience, I wish I had sourced a spoke shave in time, but the chisel worked out pretty good. With a little practice, I managed to get a good control of it. And it's kind of my preferred method to shape the back of the neck. Without a sander, I had to skip the final curves, and I just went with the approximate body shape that I had in my mind. Here I already have a clear coat on the top and the back. This is to protect the body from stains and accumulating dirt. And speaking of stain, it also helps removing the extra stain that I'm applying here. In case it went on the top and the back, it would be easily wiped off. I was not used to using this water-based stain and I forgot to dilute it, so it got a little darker than I wanted to. But as it dried, it got better. It's good to see the headstock assuming its final form. Unfortunately, some mistake did slip in, and it got me sad. A misaligned tuner can be very dangerous, therefore we must deal with it. And once again, as I said, I rushed myself a little bit. And I really should have used the straight edge jig for fret leveling. Oh well, but a lot of people on YouTube do it this way, so I guess I will be fine. The end of summer rains came, and it gave me a little time to finish the artwork for the headstock. To avoid lawsuits, I had to change the name a little bit. Copper shielding in the cavities, check. Final clear coat, check. I knew there would be dings and scratches in the end, so from the beginning I went for a reclaimed wood kind of look, and I think it turned out pretty good. The intended purpose of this guitar was for a rhythm guitar, and I hope that the middle position pickup would give it a little bit richer, warmer tone, but I also anticipated the chunky neck and the lack of truss rod to make it a little boomier, so those two combined, I decided I go with a brighter pickup, and I use the Seymour Duncan Saturday Night Special. There's a lot of things that I didn't have time to record or point out in this video, but I just wanted to keep it short. Okay, bye.